Healthy.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many?
Why should I?
An interesting.
Sir, as a medic during the war,
How did you get this?
after I left the army,
Works enough to get down by the dogs.
Do you work here?
yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is
Why do you have to watch these?
because these poor fellows have no names.
Why close the hospital?
It was for sanitary reasons.
Hint required. We don't have a hint yet.
Have we met?
I don't think.
When we first talked, you said you were glad.
Funny story, sir. Yours.
So we already asked him about life in London. Personal questions. Hint required.
A pawnbroker.
Yes, sir. All kind of.
Who comes here to?
I'm very cautious.
What?
With the quarantine, it's not
Catch you.
always
Alright,
easy
so that,
to
Mr.
buy.
Fish. Enjoy your ride home, man.
So I trade. I
Get home
exchange.
safe. I'll
Some
catch you
people
around.
sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No, I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Guy's so polite.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Not all of us.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed, I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Seems very smart. Alright, let's see what he has to
Please
trade.
show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's
Codeine. So he's selling drugs? He's selling drugs. He's selling drugs. That's what he's doing. Selling with 1. 14. Is that worth it? I'm a pawnbroker. What do you sell? Drugs. Oh.
Good evening,
Kind of want to
sir.
kill everybody
I'm
and see what
Dr.
happens.
Reed.
That'd be
I
interesting.
believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Does my arrival in...
Let us just say that I don't particularly
If you have a problem...
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this
I know we've never met before.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed.
Wow. Okay, well, fuck. Oh. Dude, this is hard. I think one of the first two. Jealousy will not do you any good, no such animosity.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Fair enough.
If you have...
Doctor...
I know. There is no need.
That is...
Ah, so I can only do it once. That's interesting.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
If you have... there is...
That's interesting. So that one thing I can never, ever, ever redo again. And the thing is, a different answer. What could that have gotten me? Could I have gotten a hint out of that? Can I no longer get hints now because of that? Could it lock me out of something? Could it... I don't know. That's very interesting.
I don't know what you've
Maybe it
heard
does nothing no matter what.
but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
Because there's no like companionship meter or like meter or anything like that.
Is it
So
money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
ooh, fuck, this guy's a prick. You notice there's always 3 choices as well because of the why. This is hard. Okay, so he's accusing me of just... Yeah. The thing is, I didn't know I'd be getting into 2 of these things to do that. Like, that could also be true, but maybe all... Because also just talking to him has seemed to have unlocked hints for the past 2 people, so... Knowledge is our main weapon. I've saved many lives. I don't like being rude, so I'm not going to go for that one. I've saved many lives. Let's say this.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have...
I refuse to see this industry.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time.
I'm just curious to know what the other answers would be. Because, yeah, there's no like meter, there's nothing like that, as far as I can tell. So even if I give him a negative answer and anger him, it doesn't seem like it'll make much of a difference.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at
Her eyes
the
are
Pembroke
fucked.
Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Did she say clemency? What does that mean? The definition. Does that mean like sex? Mercy. No. Okay, never mind. Dude, when she said it, I thought she was trying to like, you want to fuck me or something. I'm like, okay. That means a pardon. Mercy. Lenient. So essentially forgiving someone. You want their forgiveness. That's interesting.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins.
Fuck you. Thanks,
I
fish.
need new blood.
Thought you were going. Fuck happened?
I see.
Are you on the train now?
Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by
On
a
the
French
train?
neurologist named Jules.
You're not gonna watch anime or anything?
The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal.
Oh, the Cotard syndrome believes she's a vampire. Dude, she looks so scary in this one.
You can't even
Rose
begin to
Black.
understand
Would
the
you will read a book?
concept of immortality.
You've been reading. I've been
And
reading
you
Fairy
think
Tale.
It is I who am delusional.
She's an interesting girl. World War II?
I'm
Like
assuming you
true
must be
stories, or is it like
Am I right, Miss Howard?
experience
It's
stuff?
only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe
This girl's
I
interesting.
cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Garden near the morgue.
staff
Let's
here
go back there
are
then.
not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
I've killed multiple of them. Wrong target. Investigation.
Who are you really?
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, such a
Oh,
long time
okay.
ago,
That
I
would be an
don't
interesting
remember.
bookfish.
Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
The day you can tell me from start to finish everything about it would be great. I need some
I'll leave-
hints. So, merchant, wrong target. Oh, cool. So I found a side quest. That. Nurses are needed. Cool. Now I
Dr.
didn't check out the
Swansea is
front
right.
here either.
This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Research. Research. I know I'm like spending a long time searching for shit, but I find this dialogue stuff interesting, so. Plus I can get all this shit so I can craft some stuff.
There were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
So many people to talk to.
Anywhere else in the East End. I could say the same
You look exhausted.
I just start skipping through dialogue now. I don't want to spend forever fucking just talking. Wow. What's the point of doing this here? Kinda weird. Nothing. How is this tagged as anime? I just type it in so someone can talk to me about anime if they so choose to.
Good evening, sir.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt intro.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak...
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I'm no doctor, but...
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed.
I'm gonna come back to this guy because I have one hint and I feel like I can find something else
Goodbye.
about him. So I'm gonna leave him just for now, but I feel like I could find something else about him.
Good
Did the
evening.
Witcher anime trailer? No, I
it is
did
true.
not.
The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news.
There's something else I
during
saw
these
about it too. They were making like a
terrible
Do we
game.
know each other?
Maybe it was an anime that I saw or heard
Actually,
about.
yes. We met once
Other than
before
he is back.
at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember.
He was also very
What is
This hospital is not exactly the best of London.
Yep. Oh, okay. Fuck. What did I? Fuck. Why did I skip? Son of a bitch. People are important. Same everywhere. Let's skip
It's
people.
more than enough. In any
Scarlet
case, the
Nexus, yeah.
personnel of
It
a
looked
hospital
interesting.
are much more important
I
to
put it
me
on my
than
watch
buildings.
list.
Don't be misled by
wish list.
appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
It does look very interesting.
What can you tell me about?
Some are really good, and others are not so good.
Tell me more about cherished people then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse
I've heard
ever
after, like,
worked with.
The first 10
clever
hours
and
is kind of shit,
cheerful
then after that gets
You
into a
really
game.
seem to admire her skills.
Wait, sorry. The first 10
I'll
or
go
20
even
hours is
further.
good, and after that
If
it gets
she was a
bad.
man, she would be a damn...
I've recorded another chord in the current tippets. Interesting. Many people to talk to.
fine practitioner.
Yeah, I've seen a few people play that.
Any
It looks
opinion about
semi-interesting.
management?
Yeah, hello.
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running
New
during
World.
this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
I don't know anything about it. I just know it's a game.
I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
I have no hints.
Goodbye, Doc.
I have no hints. Everyone's game is linked on Vampyr. Yeah, I can tell.
Good evening, nurse.
Interesting. That's why I want
I'm
to talk
Dr.
to all of them
Jonathan
before I
Reed,
talk to
the
Milton.
new surgeon here at the...
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
Did he really?
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea
Oh,
made
Breaking
sure
39 is? Oh
I
shit,
see.
really?
Well, I'm a little surprised.
So, like, destroying them?
But I suppose I'll just have to deal with this.
You must know, blood transfusions are
How are...
not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible
It's kind of bad. Why the fuck would anyone
more
want to buy that
lethal
game or
than any
download it?
bullet from a gun.
An invisible enemy?
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
So if it's been destroying those 3090s... Is that the game breaking out?
Do you think this hospital...
Why
can
those ones
survive the
particular?
epidemic?
I guess
We're
EVGA
all
ones are shit then.
volunteers here.
I'm not familiar with all the stuff.
Brilliant professionals, most of them.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end,
Other
everybody is
issues,
doing
maybe?
their best.
So is it actually destroying it so it's not usable or what?
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well,
To the point where it's not
I
usable,
have
that's not
never
good.
met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
I mean, isn't EVGA normally... Like, isn't that more of the cheaper brand for stuff like that?
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse.
Sounds so angry when he's like talking to her about stuff. Let's go back to him now. He's got something interesting to talk about. Where'd he go? Where'd Tippett go? He was just out here. There she is. Where's the old doctor at? Damn it, he was just here, bro. You got better clothes now? Yeah, look at me, I look sexy as fuck. The jacket's fucking sick, look at it. I look amazing.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer.
Dang, girl, you could buy me any day. I look amazing. Where is this doctor gone, bro? I want to find him. Who's this lady? Hello, miss.
Good evening, nurse.
Good
Hello.
evening, Doctor.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Doctor...
Well, is he?
Pippa. She looks cute. You're a bit cute, ain't ya?
How would you describe this?
It's serious. The fluid.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea
Don't
when
bugger
this
the character.
epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you.
I mean, to be fair, I'd
But
pick the
what if
vampire
this
too.
epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see
I
that
appreciate
the epidemic
that
is
fish.
winning. And no matter how qualified you are, Don't tell me you'll change that.
Wait, what the fuck?
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke
The fact we even
staff
like have to
coping
question
with
that
the
though,
epidemic?
Fish.
Well, not
I
well.
appreciate that.
Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially
Why is Milton grumpy on a day?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
There you go. Now I get another hint.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Now, so far out of all those like 3 choices I've had, I've not got like anything directly positive out of them. I just don't know if I do get anything positive out of those 3. At least not yet.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Nurse Hawkins, where are you?
Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix...
I'm Dr. Reed.
You guessed right, Doctor.
Maybe you chose a chill option? Yeah, probably. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
How is your...
Oh, it's bliss.
Can I ask you...
It's the pain, sir.
Can I do it?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect.
Face does look pretty fucked.
Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin.
Who is treating you?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry.
Mr. Elwood, you look fucked.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
They'd be happy if they were a vamp. Yeah, they would, because they'd ask me to
No
get bitten.
offense. I was pushing too much. I served in...
You were an officer, weren't you?
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
I mean, she is very good looking. Not from that picture. She's a cute looking girl. Guy's like, please eat me. Yeah, I can tell. Fucking wants it. No, only her though, I think.
You know that's not sanitary.
Because she's
And why not?
attractive.
She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Jesus.
You
Look at
do
this guy.
realize
Kinky
she's mentally
motherfucker.
disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could,
He was the most
I'd
disturbing.
join her world.
Hmm.
It seems much more fun than the real one.
You might be right about that one, Fish. Nothing else for this guy.
Goodbye for now.
I like trying to figure out other hints. Oh, it's her. She's just talking about her
Good
behind her
evening,
back.
Miss Howard.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Oh.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
So for someone who looks mentally disturbed, she's still semi-smart. Hey, it's the man himself.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it?
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say...
You remained perfectly nice.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
What is the general
The situation has always been tough, with a lot
Yeah,
of
breaking
tension
brain and still be
between the
smart,
gangs
me
and the Dockers
thinks.
trade union.
I mean, yeah,
The Wet
100%.
Boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
She might be a little bit broken, but you know, she's still got her morals about her.
Has the gang been threatening you?
There's all sorts of different
I've had this
smarts.
nickname for so long.
Not just always
The
academic.
sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now?
Oops.
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina.
Oh. Yeah, they are.
How did you end up in William Bishop's
Very
gang?
charming
I had
too.
received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he...
William was an alcoholic. His addiction so...
You dared to enter this awful...
I'm just a man trying to help his friends.
Mass
Dr.
murderers too.
William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching...
I mean, 100%, man. How else would they be able to, you know, kill that many
Do
people?
you know Tom Watts?
They weren't
the
smart and
bartender from the
methodical about it.
I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Oh,
People are still in despair.
how could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs.
Yeah, I'd
no
say so.
advice, nothing.
I would agree with that
It's a
stuff.
damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Well, I think it's also a difference. If it's a serial killer, they have time to plan it out and kill them and get away with it. It'll take them longer to investigate. Whereas with like a mass, you know, something like that, like a mass killing, I would say that it's more instant. There's more time for people to respond to the issue because it's normally going to be loud. There's going to be attention on it a lot quicker than it would be for a serial killer. Whereas a serial killer, like, you can plan it out. You can bide your time. You know? With a mass murder, say you even kill 5 people, there's probably going to be 6 people there. You know, someone's going to alert somebody and call somebody or something. Sam Fisher, the mass murderer. He is.
Have you made
But he does it
friends
quietly,
since you arrived?
so they don't really, you know, tell
But I
him.
recognise Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
Your
He's a very
preaching's
smart mass
converted now,
murderer.
Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many
You only
months
have like an
ago.
hour left, don't you? You'll be right.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton?
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and head...
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Ah,
Why
okay,
didn't
okay, I
use
get
your
you.
cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's
Not
a
that I
very
blame you.
strange
I'd be pretty
question,
pissed with
Doctor.
that too.
A cross is no mat...
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here.
Thank you, sir. I believe...
I mean, nobody deserves to be
Goodbye,
abused
Mr.
and yelled at, so... Only 2 hints for this man. Oh, and he's the pillar of that place. There's only 4 districts as well.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah. Especially when it involves money and problems that they're having.
Feel my blood boil with the fever.
I spent so much time just running around here. I haven't even done anything. But
It's
I've been
locked.
interested talking
It's
to
locked,
people.
all right.
Long letter. Up. Yeah, I don't really care anyway. Oh, we can go back to Pippa now. Pippa! Oh, there's somebody out there.